I'ma just take over.
It's week 17 of the 2023 season, and we're gonna see Mark Andrews, and big plays follow him around. He comes in second in the NFL in receiving yards. It's the Ravens and the Steelers, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
The rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, it's an AFC North matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They come in off another victory a weekend ago. That ran their win streak up to 7 now.
And I think that win last week established them as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with confidence and swagger, and you need that to go a long way.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, their long winning streak finally came to an end last week. A disappointing game for them, but still a heck of a run.
Indeed it was. What a great job by them putting together a streak. Now let's see how they rebound after a defeat.
Two hard-hitting blue-collar franchises, one of the better rivalries going. The Ravens and Steelers are underway. From the 6. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. They're led out by the 6-year quarterback out of the University of North Carolina, Mitch Trubisky.
I think his task in this game is really simple. Eliminate the turnovers. He threw 2 interceptions last week. I can't believe I led with that because he had 3 touchdown passes.
Right.
So there's a lot of good that he did, but he's got to take care of the ball better. The ball has to go to guys wearing the jerseys that they're wearing this week, not the opposition.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A look at the numbers for Harrison last week's game. 18 carries, 56 yards.
Sitting 10th in the league in rushing isn't bad, but it's also not as high as where he knows he should be with how talented he is. There's definitely another gear there, and hopefully their game plan gives him an opportunity to hit it and put together one of his best performances of the season.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. These two teams met in Baltimore, you might remember earlier in the year, with the Ravens winning that game. So a win here in Baltimore would give them the season sweep. Now a first down carry for Harris. And some room to maneuver. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 40 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down. Play action. It's Trubisky. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another that's going to set up first and goal.
Now Trubisky on first down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal will feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Boswell's kick is good, and the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead.
Well, they moved the ball well there on the opening series. Running game was in sync. They were knocking on the doorstep, but ultimately, Charles, they'll have to settle for the field goal.
Well, they certainly were moving it well, and give this defense a ton of credit. Finally dug their heels in and forced the field goal spot.
So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time.
They're led out by an electric third-year player from the University of Utah, Tyler Huntley.
A 3-year starter at the University of Utah. He got his NFL opportunity as Lamar Jackson's backup in Baltimore, mainly because he possessed similar qualities. Excellent runner, big-time arm, just has to grow in accuracy and avoiding mistakes.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end.
The numbers for Andrews last week: 10 catches, 138 yards, and a touchdown.
Look, I know everybody wants to be number one in everything they do, but he's number 2 in the league in receiving yards. That's a strong number, a strong year, and they want that to continue.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Huntley to throw.
And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Ravens are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Come on.
And he'll get into the end zone to make it a 5-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
Harris going to get it again on second down.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets over Atlanta.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Chuck Clark.
Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Trubisky. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run.
And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35.
A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
1 quarter in the books. 8-3, our score. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
And that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
They try to... Second down, but this one is incomplete. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Now Trubisky. He'll buy some time right. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Trubisky to throw. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dafe Owe in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Boswell's kick is good. And a second field goal here gets him back within a couple at 8-6 now. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Well, we're probably not the first, but all of us at EA Sports certainly want to wish you and yours a happy and prosperous new year. And as a celebration of that, a big slate of NFL games on this Sunday, Week 17. Second to last weekend of the NFL docket. Later tonight, the battle for Los Angeles, Rams and Chargers, 5:15 Pacific at SoFi. And then on Monday night, Charles and I are on to Cincinnati. Bills and Bengals, 2 cold weather teams in what will be a frigid Paul Brown Stadium. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Miles Jack there to make the tackle. The Ravens at 13-2 on the year. And they come in on the heels of yet another victory. That ran their win streak, Charles, up to 7 now.
And I think that last win, that established them in...
Pressure comes and the Steelers take him down. Alex Highsmith making the nice play and getting the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On 4th down, Huntley. Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And he is going to have a Ravens 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. To throw, Huntley. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Huntley. That's into the hands of Crochet. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 22-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven 1st.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Setting up the screen here to Edwards. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw. This pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Back to throw. Huntley. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like a Raven was able to get in there, and they will indeed keep the possession. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Operating from the gun. Huntley. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens would extend their lead here just before halftime. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first half.
And I'm reminded that they get the second half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So 2 successful 2-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
Taken in at the 3. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just 1 play. Looking deep for Hilton. Oh, he still brings it in off the tip here on the deep shot. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Chuck. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Raven offense set to start this 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
Too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. From the gun, they go to Edwards. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Huntley. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
They're going to try and throw.
throw right side here, taken in by Bateman. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground. And here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many after the fact.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And they are 3 for 3 on two-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. 1st and 10 here for Trubisky and the Steelers at their own 23. Harris will start the drive out. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. They go play action with Trubisky. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And a defensive-minded coach loves to turn up the heat, turns it up there, and pays off.
And back in the good old days, those defensive-minded coaches just talked about intimidating teams, using force, right, beating them to the punch. In this case, they're talking about creating turnovers. That's all they preach, all game long, all practice long, every meeting. Get the football. That's what they want.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain, and it'll be second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Huntley. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And the Steelers are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
On 2nd and 11 now. Trubisky, and that is incomplete. The crowd force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. He's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Trubisky will throw. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch it. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Trubisky to throw again. Complete. It's Johnson. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now it's Trubisky. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. And here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages. But not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Huntley to throw. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the Steelers are going to get the... As he gets this up to the 38-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. Here's Trubisky. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Throwing again on 2nd down. Trubisky. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Here's Freiermuth again. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Looking to throw again, Trubisky. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 15-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. On the give, this is Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Steelers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes it 24-13. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one, not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And he is going to have a Ravens 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Here's Huntley. That one complete to Prochet. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. That one looks like he'll throw here. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run here with Edwards. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. To throw, Huntley. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Huntley. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Tyler Huntley keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Ravens extend their 4th quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot. For the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. And the option play working flawlessly right there. What'd you think of the call?
Love the call. That's really football 101 to me. 2-point conversion, run quarterback option. That means he can either keep it himself or pitch it to a trailing back. That usually opens things up for an offense.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And the Steelers set to take the field. But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter.
This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Trubisky's throw complete to Freiermuth. Now they got to get to the line quickly. 3rd and 2. Now Trubisky. And that is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They're going for it. This is Harris. Before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. The intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. That is caught with Sean Bateman. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Being chased out left. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. A lot more was on the line in this one than just defending your home field, CD. They defended home field against a division rival and get the victory, so this one feels a little extra special.
It has to, right? There's always just a little more emphasis on games like this. Everyone talks about playing each game the exact same way, but you and I both know that is not true. Division rivals, you want to take care of business not just at home, but against a team that you really don't like.